So they were afraid of this thing before because it makes a little bit of noise. So we want to introduce them to all different textures and sights and sounds, and so between the squeaking and the crinkling and the uh-oh, banging your head. I think I might let them out into the kitchen tonight.
That's exciting.
Yeah, they haven't had, in the kitchen, they can stretch their legs and run fast, and it's a new place, it's bigger, and it's, if you think about it, they came from the womb in a tight, dark place, and then they're born into the whelping box, which is closed off. We open up the whelping box into a pen that's covered, and then we remove the covering so that they can see more and more little by little. They're doing well in here, but if you see, everything is draped. I do lift the drapes, the towels, and at some point the towels will stay up. But the adult dogs, they'll come over. If the mama dogs come over here, these guys will not be playing because they're going to want to get to their mama so they can drink milk. So that's one of the reasons that I drape everything. But I think tonight, once we let them out into the kitchen, it's a little bit of a bigger space. They can run faster and have a really good time. I still haven't introduced the tube to them yet, or the slide. I may put the slide. I think they could go up the slide now, which is amazing because just 2 or 3 days ago, there's no way. He's checking out the heater. I do have a heater running in here. It is cold in my foyer today. It was 23 degrees outside yesterday, and although it's heated, the ceilings are high, so I just want to make sure that they're warm enough. So they're having a good time, and everybody's doing great. They'll probably add on another pound or so, pound and a half before they leave here, maybe 2. I don't have their weights because I stopped weighing them. Oh look, so she's zipping. Evie, she zips and rips and runs. She's the littlest of them all, but she can get some speed. So yeah, I think I might put the tube in here today and try to get them to go through that, just to add something new. What are you crying about? Manny, is that you or is that your brother? So I'm real happy. These guys are coming along really, really well. These two are trying to decide who's the strongest. Right now it's good play. So yes, it's me. I'm here. Trying to hide away in the corner. I will say that Manny he's pretty fearless and he's very curious about stuff, and that's a good thing most of the time. Last night, so that's our basement door right there, and last night Dave was taking the dogs out. We take them out to the backyard through the basement. And so I heard the pups in here crying, and I just assumed it was because the mamas had passed by and they saw them. Well, then Dave comes in, and he's like, oh my gosh, the puppies are coming down the steps. So really what happened was Sheba, the escape artist, she can open gates, but there's no reason for her to open anything. However, I left their dog food in here last night, just a little tiny bowl. So she opens the gate instead of going downstairs. Opens the gate, lets the puppies out, comes in and eats their food, and the puppies have walked. They actually went to the top landing of the steps. One of them went down 2 steps, which never saw that before. But now we know I got to put a lock on the gate because little miss. So if you have a Shiba pup, we'll see how smart. I shouldn't say smart. I think the better word is conniving. Your puppy is, because she figures things out. I mean, she knows how to get into. In the meantime, not to talk about poop, but everybody's poop is good, because that's not always the case. So I will just tell you guys, everybody has nice firm poop. These guys will go for their shots just 4 or 5 days before they come home. Normally I do it at least a week before they come home, but because of the ages, I just want to take all 4 pups in, and I have to wait for Frankie to turn 6 weeks old. After they get their shots, diarrhea may set in, and I absolutely hate giving them their vaccines, but you know, it's bittersweet. They need to have them. You don't want to give them, but you have to give them. Just to help them to protect their immune system. Parvo, distemper, horrible things. By the way, I recovered my Microsoft Word last night. I haven't been able to get on it yet. I did lose a lot of my files, but I'm going to try and dig those up today. Just pull some stuff up from the internet and send you guys out information. Normally by now I would have sent you guys information on vaccines, on just the different types of vaccines, what they are, what they mean, which ones I get, which ones I don't get, core and non-core, how many shots your dogs need, all of that information, what your options are, how to speak to your vet, because just like when we go to the doctors, doctors shouldn't just have carte blanche and tell us what we have to have. And it's the same thing with your puppy. If you know what you're giving your pup when you take them into the vet, then you'll be able to better speak to your vet. I don't give every single vaccine that they have. I don't do the canine flus unless they absolutely have to. You guys will have your dog spayed or neutered by 6.5 months, so make sure your vet is willing to do that, and then find out what vaccines they need for that surgery. So many times my dogs won't have had the Bordetella or the canine flu, but then something happens and they have to have some kind of surgery or teeth cleaning, and they'll say, Miss Pollock, you know, they don't have their canine flu and they have to have that. So I ask them, if they're putting my dogs under, I ask them to give the vaccines after they wake up, because I don't want my dogs being put under and then them having given the shot that it affects their respiratory in any way, you know. So that's just me. We lost Zeke when he was 7, and it was after he had had his teeth cleaned. And I had allowed them to give those vaccines. And so to this day, and I'll never know, but he had the Bordetella, he had the canine flu. I'll never know if that was too hard on his system or not. But he was at 7, too young to go, and we don't know. There was nothing wrong with him. So these little dogs, you know, they're not St. Bernards. You have to realize that these vaccines that they give, it's a one-size-fits-all. So that 250-pound St. Bernard is getting the same vaccine that your little puppy is getting. And that's one of the reasons that I hate them so much, because that doesn't make sense to me at all. So anyway, that's a lot of information in one video, and I didn't mean to go there, but now my little 4 or 5 minute video is now 9 minutes long, almost 10 minutes, so I will end with it there. But everybody's doing really good. Everybody's so cute. They got great personalities, great demeanors, temperaments. I'm really happy. This has actually gone by very quickly. I cannot believe that these guys are going to be 5 and 6 weeks old come the weekend.